If you are hitting your 50s and suddenly sprouting gray hair at an alarming rate, you need to see a doctor immediately. Most adults brush off that rapid shift to silver as just another annoying, inevitable symptom of getting older. Maybe buying a box of dye from the pharmacy to cover it up and simply forget about it. But the harsh biological truth is that a sudden, massive loss of hair pigment in this specific decade of your life is not a harmless cosmetic annoyance. It is a blaring internal fire alarm warning you of critical systemic failures, ranging from severe vitamin deficiencies to an impending cardiovascular event. We have been conditioned by society and clever marketing to accept gray hair as a harmless natural rite of passage. But your body is a deeply interconnected machine. The hidden culprit here is often silent systemic inflammation and extreme oxidative stress that attacks your hair follicles right alongside your vital organs. When your body is fighting a losing battle on the inside, it triages its energy, ruthlessly cutting off resources to non essential functions like hair pigmentation to save your life. In our time together today, we are going to unpack exactly why this happens, the hidden biological triggers behind rapid graying, and the specific tests and lifestyle changes you need to discuss with your physician right away. By the end of this conversation, you will know exactly how to decode what your hair is trying to tell you, giving you a clear roadmap to protect your heart, your brain, and your vitality for the decades to come. Before we dive deep into the fascinating science of your silver strands, consider subscribing to our channel. We share the kind of senior health tips, longevity secrets, and science backed advice that doctors often overlook in a rushed 15-minute clinic visit. We are building a powerful community of empowered, proactive adults. And I would love to know exactly who I am talking to today. Drop a quick comment below and tell me where you're watching from right now. And please share your own health stories in the comments or send them to us via email. I act as a curator of these incredible journeys, and your experiences might just be the exact inspiration someone else needs to hear today. The very first and arguably most critical hidden danger we need to discuss connects the changing color of your hair directly to the pumping mechanics of your heart. It sounds like a massive leap of logic to connect silver strands to cardiovascular disease, but the biological mechanisms driving both are terrifyingly similar. Both hair graying and atherosclerosis, which is the dangerous hardening and narrowing of your arteries, share the exact same root causes: impaired DNA repair, chronic oxidative stress, systemic inflammation, and the rapid aging of your cells. A groundbreaking observational study presented at the European Society of Cardiology's EuroPrevent Congress evaluated adult men and found that a high hair whitening score was an independent predictor of coronary artery disease, completely irrespective of the patient's chronological age. The researchers discovered that men with a hair whitening score of 3 or higher, meaning their hair was equal parts gray and dark or predominantly gray, had a drastically higher risk of coronary artery disease compared to those who retained their natural pigment. Imagine your blood vessels rusting and stiffening like old, neglected iron pipes beneath a house, silently choking off the life supply to your heart while your hair simultaneously loses its vibrant color as a desperate distress signal. You cannot afford to ignore this warning sign when it appears in your 50s. If your hair is turning white fast, you need to call your doctor and explicitly ask your cardiologist for a comprehensive lipid panel, an ApoB test, and a coronary calcium score to see the true state of your arteries. Your immediate actionable step at home is to meticulously swap out those processed, highly inflammatory seed oils in your pantry for high quality extra virgin olive oil, and get serious about walking briskly for at least 30 minutes a day to force those vital vessels to expand, contract, and remain wonderfully flexible, seamlessly shifting our focus. The second major red flag, your changing hair's waving, involves a silent, devastating epidemic among adults over 50, severe vitamin B12 deficiency. As we cross the half century mark, our stomachs naturally begin to atrophy slightly, producing significantly less of the vital stomach acid and a crucial protein called intrinsic factor, both of which are absolutely mandatory to extract and absorb vitamin B12 from the food we eat. B12 is not just a trendy vitamin for a quick energy boost. It is absolutely critical for the production of healthy red blood cells, DNA synthesis, and the maintenance of your entire central nervous system, which directly includes the complex signaling to the melanocytes that pump color into your hair shafts. A comprehensive study published in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology found a significant association between premature hair graying and remarkably lower serum levels of vitamin B12, often appearing alongside severe deficiencies in folic acid and biotin. Picture your nervous system as a vast, complex network of highly charged electrical wires running through your house without enough vitamin B12. The protective rubber insulation on those wires begins to literally fray and short circuit, leading to peripheral numbness in your hands and feet, crushing brain fog, and a sudden unnatural bleaching of your hair. If you are 50 and going gray rapidly, you cannot just guess about your nutrition or assume you are simply tired from getting older. You must insist that your doctor test your serum B12 levels along with a methylmalonic acid test, which is a far more accurate marker to see what is really happening at a microscopic cellular level. To fight back right now, start intentionally incorporating highly bioavailable sources of B12 into your weekly diet, such as wild-caught salmon, pasture-raised eggs, and grass-fed beef. If you are strictly plant-based, you must ask your physician about starting a high-quality methylcobalamin sublingual supplement to entirely bypass your aging digestive tract and get that vital nutrient straight into your bloodstream where it belongs. Let us move to the third critical checkpoint on our diagnostic journey today, which sits right at the base of your neck. The thyroid gland is the master conductor of your entire metabolic orchestra, dictating the speed, temperature, and energy efficiency of almost every single cell in your body. When you hit 50, the statistical risk of developing an autoimmune thyroid condition, such as Hashimoto's thyroiditis or Graves' disease, skyrockets, often flying completely under the radar of standard annual checkups. Your hair follicles are incredibly sensitive, fast-growing tissues that rely heavily on balanced thyroid hormones, and a disruption in these hormones directly triggers the apoptosis or programmed cell death of the pigment-producing cells in your scalp. According to detailed clinical research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, thyroid hormones directly alter the proliferation and function of human hair follicle cells, meaning that both an underactive thyroid and an overactive thyroid can trigger rapid, diffuse graying and profound hair thinning. Imagine a beautiful, thriving botanical garden where the main water valve is suddenly jammed halfway shut by a careless gardener. The vibrant flowers quickly wither and fade to a dull, brittle gray because they are quite literally starving for basic metabolic sustenance. Do not let your doctor just quickly check your basic TSH levels and send you out the door with a clean bill of health while you continue to suffer with fatigue, joint pain, and rapidly aging hair. You must firmly advocate for a full, comprehensive thyroid panel, including free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and all thyroid antibodies to uncover any hidden autoimmune attacks destroying your metabolism. In the meantime, you can easily ensure you are getting adequate selenium and iodine in your daily routine by eating just 2 whole Brazil nuts a day, which can dramatically support your thyroid's natural ability to regulate your body's energy grid and protect your hair pigment. If you are finding these deep dives into your biological machinery useful and eye-opening, please take a quick second to give this video a thumbs up. It dramatically helps our channel reach more people who might be ignoring these vital warning signs, and it lets me know that you deeply value this kind of unfiltered, science-backed truth about your health. Now, we must uncover the fourth and perhaps most scientifically fascinating biological mechanism behind sudden graying, which involves a literal chemical bleaching process happening right inside your own scalp. We are talking about the destructive power of severe oxidative stress and the dangerous depletion of your body's master antioxidant, glutathione. As you navigate the compounding physical and emotional stresses of your 50s, your body naturally produces trace amounts of hydrogen peroxide as a standard metabolic byproduct of cellular energy creation. In your youth, a powerful enzyme called catalase quickly and efficiently breaks this dangerous chemical down into harmless water and oxygen. But as we age, our natural catalase production plummets off a cliff. A landmark, highly cited study published in the FASB journal revealed that massive, unchecked accumulations of hydrogen peroxide in the hair follicle literally bleach the hair from the inside out, fundamentally proving that gray hair is a visible, undeniable symptom of severe systemic oxidative stress. It is exactly like pouring a bottle of pure concentrated bleach directly onto a dark silk shirt. The rich color is violently and permanently stripped away because your body has completely lost its innate chemical defense shield. If this toxic bleach is building up in your hair follicles, you can guarantee it is also building up in your vital organs, accelerating the aging process globally and damaging your cellular DNA. To combat this hidden threat, you need to ask your doctor to test your systemic inflammatory markers, specifically a high sensitivity C reactive protein test. And you need to proactively ramp up your body's natural antioxidant production immediately. Swap your morning sugar laden, highly roasted coffee for a cup of high quality organic matcha or green tea. These are packed with EGCG, a potent antioxidant compound that acts like a microscopic sponge, sweeping up these dangerous free radicals before they can bleach your hair and ravage your internal tissues. The fifth glaring red flag we need to address is the incredible visible toll of chronic, unrelenting psychological and physical stress on your central nervous system. We always joke with our friends that our demanding kids, our frustrating spouses, or our high pressure careers are giving us gray hairs. But science has proven this is no longer just a colloquial myth. It is a harsh biological reality. When you live in a constant, unbroken state of fight or flight anxiety, your adrenal glands continuously pump out massive amounts of cortisol and adrenaline, flooding your delicate system with caustic stress hormones. A fascinating, groundbreaking study published in the prestigious journal Nature demonstrated that hyperactivation of the sympathetic nervous system from acute chronic stress actually drives the rapid, permanent depletion of melanocyte stem cells located right in the bulge region of the hair follicle. Think of your hair follicles like tiny, intricate ink cartridges in a highly advanced printer. Under extreme chronic stress, your nervous system essentially panics and ejects all the valuable ink at once, leaving the cartridge permanently dry and your hair permanently stark white. This means that rapid graying at 50 is a physical, undeniable receipt showing the exorbitant biological tax your daily stress levels are extracting from your cellular reserves. You need to sit down with your physician and have an incredibly honest, vulnerable conversation about your mental health, your daily sleep quality, and your overall stress load. Because absolutely no pharmaceutical pill on earth can outwork a chronically fried, exhausted nervous system. Your actionable step today is to institute a non-negotiable 10-minute daily practice of parasympathetic breathing. Simply inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold that breath gently for 4 seconds, and exhale deeply through your mouth for 6 seconds to manually command your vagus nerve to power down the panic and protect those vital remaining stem cells. Moving to our sixth hidden warning sign, we uncover a surprising and deeply concerning physiological connection between the changing color of your hair and the physical strength of your skeleton. It seems highly improbable, almost impossible, that the delicate strands on your head could tell you anything about the dense bones in your legs or your spine. But modern science is revealing that premature graying is a highly visible external marker of declining internal bone mineral density. The exact molecular mechanisms are still being actively unraveled by researchers, but it fundamentally comes back to the shared genetic pathways and systemic factors of cellular aging, where the visible failure of one system perfectly mirrors the silent internal deterioration of another. Extensive research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found a highly significant statistical association between premature graying of hair and dangerously low bone mineral density, suggesting that people who turn gray early in life are at a substantially higher risk of developing osteopenia and full-blown osteoporosis. Imagine the thick, sturdy, concrete pillars holding up a grand, heavy bridge, slowly becoming porous, hollow, and brittle like a dry kitchen sponge, constantly threatening to suddenly collapse under the sheer weight of daily life. That is exactly what is happening to the microscopic matrix of your bones if you are ignoring these systemic full body aging markers leading to joint pain and dangerous frailty. You absolutely must demand a DEXA scan from your primary care doctor to get a perfectly accurate mathematical baseline of your current bone density before a devastating, life altering hip or spinal fracture permanently robs you of your mobility and independence. To fortify your skeletal structure right now, this very week, you need to transition away from entirely sedentary habits and begin a structured, progressive resistance training program. Lifting moderately heavy weights is the single most potent mechanical signal you can send to your nervous system to force your body to build dense, unbreakable bones. Finally, the seventh critical issue you must aggressively investigate if your hair is turning stark white in your 50s is the silent, pervasive, and deadly threat of profound insulin resistance. As we cross into our fifth decade, our muscle cells naturally become far less responsive to insulin, meaning the sugar from our diet builds up dangerously in the bloodstream, causing massive systemic damage and drastically accelerating the glycation process, which literally caramelizes and stiffens your cellular proteins. This cascading metabolic chaos creates massive microvascular damage, essentially starving your hair follicles of the steady, clean, nutrient-rich blood flow they desperately need to produce complex pigments, leading directly to rapid hair shedding and accelerated graying. A compelling clinical study published in the International Journal of Trichology linked metabolic syndrome, which is the deadly combination of insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and visceral central obesity, directly to the increased prevalence and severity of both androgenetic alopecia and premature hair graying. Picture your normally smooth bloodstream as a fast flowing river that is slowly, day by day, being turned into thick, highly abrasive, sluggish syrup, suffocating the delicate, microscopic capillaries that are trying to feed your hair follicles, your heart, and your brain tissue. If your hair is changing color rapidly and losing its vital texture, you cannot simply accept the standard, basic fasting glucose test from your doctor. You must explicitly ask for a fasting insulin test and a hemoglobin A1C blood draw to see the undeniable, true long-term picture of your metabolic health. Your immediate, highly actionable takeaway to stop this damage today is to violently and permanently cut added liquid sugars, sodas, and refined white carbohydrates from your daily diet, replacing them with high-quality animal proteins, fibrous vegetables, and healthy fats like avocados that naturally stabilize your volatile blood sugar and actively starve the raging inflammatory fires burning inside you. To bring all of this vital, complex medical information together, let us quickly recap exactly what your body is desperately trying to tell you through the mirror. Rapid graying at the age of 50 is emphatically not just a cosmetic issue to be covered up. It is a profound, incredibly valuable diagnostic tool. We have covered in depth how a sudden loss of hair pigment can signal hidden cardiovascular disease and dangerously stiffening arteries. We explored the critical nerve damaging dangers of severe vitamin B12 deficiency and an underperforming, struggling thyroid gland. We looked at the extreme cellular damage caused by systemic oxidative stress and the literal bleaching effect of hydrogen peroxide buildup. We discussed the devastating biological toll of chronic, unmanaged stress on your delicate nervous system. We uncovered the shocking, undeniable link between rapidly graying hair and crumbling, fragile bone density. And finally, we exposed the absolute metabolic disaster of silent insulin resistance. The powerful overarching theme you must take away from our conversation today is that your body is a deeply interconnected, highly intelligent web, and a new sudden symptom on the outside is always a direct reflection of the physical environment on the inside. I want you to go look at yourself in the mirror again today, but this time, not with a sense of dread or despair about getting older, but with a profoundly renewed sense of power and control. You are not a helpless passenger trapped in a decaying, failing vehicle. You are the master mechanic of a highly responsive, incredibly resilient biological machine that inherently wants to heal. Catching these early visible warning signs in your 50s gives you the most precious, invaluable gift in the entire world, the gift of time. You have the time right now to change your daily diet, the time to aggressively demand better, deeper testing from your medical team, and the time to completely rewrite your health destiny before true catastrophic crisis strikes. The goal of this journey is not to somehow cheat death or live forever. The goal is to live independently, vibrantly, and physically strongly until your very last day on this earth, enjoying your family and your passions without the burden of preventable disease. Now, I want to hear your thoughts and engage with your personal experiences. Which of these 7 hidden, surprising culprits shocked you the most today? And what is one small positive change you are going to commit to making before you go to sleep tonight? Let me know down in the comments below so we can support each other. If this deeply honest conversation brought you real value and gave you the tools you need to take control, please like this video and subscribe to our channel right now, because your health, your hard-earned longevity, and your personal independence are absolutely worth fighting for every single day. Remember, getting older is an unavoidable fact of life, but feeling old and frail is entirely a choice based on your daily habits. Stay strong, stay endlessly curious about your biology, and we will talk again soon.